Okay, so tonight I've got something a little bit different than what I've always done. Tonight I'm going over radios and radio type equipment. I'm skipping over your basic Walmart, little walkie-talkies, things like that, and going to something a little bit better. So if you're tired of like the Walmart stuff, you want to step up, get something higher quality, that's what these three that I have here today are. I'll start off with the one that pretty much everyone knows, which is the Baofeng. You can get them on Amazon cheap. It's the i355 radio. This one I put different mic, the extended antenna, extended battery on it, and with the extended battery, this thing lasts forever. The antenna gives it really nice range, and this is just better when it's on my plate carrier, because I can mount it on the back, bring it up and over, hear it crystal clear. Range on them's good, and in all honesty, for the price, you really can't get anything much better, but there's a lot of restrictions. Like, technically, without a license, you're not supposed to be using these as a walkie-talkie. I believe their output's a little bit too high for that. So there's things like that you have to take into consideration. But these are, for the price, they're great. They're not a Motorola, they're not a Kenwood. You know, these aren't $500 radios, don't expect them to work like that. Expect them to work for their price range, which they do. They're good. So that's that. Next, I have a pair of Walker Razers, but I put on their little walkie-talkie adapter that goes on here. This is good because it gives you a whole nother option. This is quiet, you can set it up, set the channels, it's got a push to talk button, it can use the box, so you know when you start talking, it starts transmitting. Range is decent, it's not bad, but the primary thing is the fact that it plugs into your Walker Razers, so you've got a pair of earmuffs, so for things like at the gun range, things like that, you've got hearing protection on top of being able to have a radio. So this is good. I like these because, you know, the headset I think is $40, this is $30. So in that price range, being able to compete with some of the like $200-$300, you know, all the way up ones, it does a decent job. But your limiting factor is the walkie-talkie assembly itself. You can't get the range of the high dollar ones that plug into a good radio. It's not like that. It's not going to work like that. The other downside to this is the walkie-talkie has its own battery compartment and the headset has its own battery compartment. So you got to make sure you have enough batteries on you for both of them if you're going to be using it for the noise canceling aspect, that kind of stuff. You have to make sure you have, like, I think it's AAA batteries from AAAs. Make sure you have AAAs. So what I do is I got the little rechargeable ones in a charger. Throw them on, charge them up, use it. That's great for the gun range. That's great for when you're being around loud equipment, things like that. Set it to push to talk, fantastic. And then something not a lot of people see anymore. It's one of my favorites. This is an old Nextel. It's one of the old Motorola, the i355s. I put an extended antenna on it. And I love these. Honestly, you get about a mile. They work, and they're tough, they're waterproof, and they're good. But you're limited by range. These are about 1 mile. The nice part is, nobody else can listen to you. So these operate on the cell phone band when you're using this push to talk. You don't need a network. All you need is a SIM card that'll work in them. It still works. And pretty much you have basically a cheap encrypted radio. The problem is these only work with other ones that are similar. So you cannot use this to communicate with this. And if you can, or people have tried to do it, it's not quite legal because of the range of these working. So pretty much if you're going to run these, everyone else needs to run them, and they're getting hard to come by nowadays. But if you can find them on eBay cheap, like I did, I think I bought 3 of them for $40. They're cheap and they work, and it's encrypted. So this is good for stuff where you don't want anyone else knowing your communications. This is a good entry point to a good radio. You know, if your life depends on it, I would not buy one of these. This is great for using an airsoft, great for, you know, working on a farm, things like that. This is not reliable to the point where I trust my life with it. Does it work every time I use it? Yes. Does it have the background that Motorola and Kenwood has? No, not quite. So there's that. And then this sucks because AAA batteries and changing batteries on this is a nightmare, and especially if you have it hooked up to a helmet setup or something like that, you know, your batteries die. Now you have to take your helmet off, pop the battery compartment, pull out your new ones, put them in, take your old ones, put them in your holder, put it back on. It's a process. But that's pretty much my review of those three, my thoughts on them. Give me a like, subscribe, whatever. I appreciate it.